Today we're going to be checking out an interesting video called Living with the Dark Winters in Sweden. This was like highly requested, a lot of likes on one of our recent videos on a comment about this.
It'd be so cool to see sort of the nature of Sweden because, you know, we're from Minnesota, which I feel like is pretty close geographically, similarly to Sweden in some ways. So,
climate-wise.
yeah, it'll be interesting to see. If you have any other suggestions for any Sweden videos, you can leave a comment, or we have a link in the description for a form you can fill out.
So let's jump into it and see just how cold and dark Sweden gets.
My name is Jonna, and I live in the north of Sweden.
North of Sweden.
Northern Lights. I don't think she's been chopping too much wood.
The quality makes this look like AI.
Sweden is a country with a lot of light.
Very high quality.
And it's also a country with a lot of darkness. It all depends on what season it is.
Wow.
I think some mountains there.
Just like many other countries in the northern hemisphere, there is a strong contrast in the light conditions between summer and winter. In the winter, it's dark almost all the time.
2 in the day?
That's a difference in Minnesota. It might get like, what, 5 o'clock?
4:30 it starts getting darker?
4:30, that's like the earliest it'll start getting dark for Minnesota.
It's light
12
all
in
the
the
time.
night.
We've seen that in Iceland. It wasn't that bright in Iceland, but around like, maybe at 12 it was that bright, but like 2 a.m. it's like a little behind the horizon, but it's still light out. So we've kind of experienced that.
During the
that's
summer,
cool.
in the
That's a
very
cool spot
north
right
of
there.
Sweden,
That is.
the sun
At 2
never
a.m.?
sets
What the heck?
between the end of May until the middle of July. So you can see the sun 24 hours a day, and that is
Wow.
called the midnight sun.
There's no one out there.
Be so peaceful.
And then, during the winter in the very north of Sweden, it's the opposite. For a couple of weeks, the sun never rises above the horizon, which means that there is no sunlight for about a month. And that is called the polar night.
No sunlight
These
for a month.
extreme contrasts in light is caused by the rotation of the Earth in relation to the position of the sun. And the further north you go, the bigger the contrast. I live in the middle north
crazy.
of Sweden, and if I'm lucky and it's a clear sky, I can see the sun above the treetops for about an hour during the darkest time of the year.
And that's the time to go shovel the driveway when you have your 1 hour of sunlight, I guess.
Literally.
And this is how high the sun goes up now. It's just a little bit over the horizon or over the trees.
But
That's so
winters
cool. It would be
like
cool to
this one,
experience
when
that.
it's been cloudy every day, I actually didn't see a glimpse of the sun for over a month. But just a few days ago, now in the beginning of January, I got to feel the sun on my face again.
This is the first glimpse of the sun that we see in over a month. Do you see this?
And that feeling, when you begin to feel the sunlight again in January, is always overwhelming. It's like seeing the sun for the first time in your life.
Very respectful doggo.
Even if it can be hard sometimes with these kinds of light conditions, I really love it and I would never want to change it. I think the light is never as beautiful as it is during these most extreme times of the year.
Man, that is a
When it's summer, I usually
Arctic
change my...
wasteland there. Man, look at that.
That looks so cool.
All snow and...
This has got to be up kind of closer towards the border with Norway, probably, right?
God, yeah, I don't know.
Mountains, actually.
I don't know how quickly it turns to like this type of super winter in Sweden.
When it's summer, I usually change my rhythm and stay up all nights and then sleep in the forenoon instead.
Whoa.
The light is so beautiful in the middle of the night, and as a filmmaker and photographer, It's like a dream to be out and capture the beauty of the bright nights of June.
Oh.
Bright nights of June.
There's not even like any trees in this area. It's like into the tundra at
Yeah,
that point.
true. Dang, look at that.
And then in the winter, even if we don't get so much sunlight, we at least get a few hours of twilight during the day. And that it's already getting dark, and it makes the
Okay.
evenings feel never-ending.
We get to see some cool stars.
But the darkness makes us see what is never visible in the light.
It's like pitch
Because
black.
actually, we do get sunlight from thousands of suns far, far away.
That would be
I live
very
in a
cool.
place where there's no light pollution, and the night sky is breathtaking. And for me, that is one of the reasons that I really love the winter here. And now and then, the sun sends us a greeting in the darkness. Particles from storms on the surface of the sun comes traveling towards the earth, colliding with our magnetic field and creating the aurora borealis, the northern lights that dances in the sky. I can never find the right words to describe how much I love to stand under the northern lights on a cold and dark winter night. I can take the darkness any day, as long as I get to see the stars and the northern lights. It makes it all worth it.
That's crazy.
But even though there is so much beauty to find in these special kinds of light conditions that we have here in the north, I would lie if I said that it's always easy to live and adapt to them, because it's not. Well, the summer is easy. I don't think you can have too much light. The only thing that people often ask me is if it's harder to sleep when it's light all night. And for me personally, if I want to sleep during the night, I have no problem with that. And for those who
Need
do
some good
feel like
curtains,
it's
probably.
a problem, it's easily
She's
fixed
sleeping
by
with her
she's
window
going-
open.
wow. Yeah.
curtains.
The dog.
But the winter and the darkness is definitely much more challenging. And I can only speak from my own experience.
Oh my gosh.
The lack of sunlight makes me more tired, and during the darkest and coldest months, between November and March, I sometimes struggle to keep the energy up. It's harder to get up in the morning when it's dark outside. Our body naturally want to wake up with the sun. And in the afternoon, I often get confused with the time, since the darkness makes it feel like it's much later than it actually is. And the lack of daylight makes me struggle more as a filmmaker, since I only have 1 hour of good light to film in a day, compared to the 24-hour of good light in the summer. So the darkness, combined with the cold, make things a bit more challenging. And I know
Oh,
I'm
what a
not the only
shot.
one struggling to keep up the energy during this time of the year.
Look at that, it's just empty.
So crazy. She's gonna jump in.
That seems very cold.
Oh, and she went under. Jeez. Just
But of
all
course,
white.
there's many things you can do to make the winters a little
Oh.
easier. I want to mention a few things that helps me adapt better to the lack of sunlight. For me personally, I think that the tiredness that I feel in the winter is the hardest part. The energy level is so low sometimes. And the cure to that is not always to sleep more. It can actually be to do the opposite. So I try my best to keep being active and moving my body as much as I can, and get as much daylight as possible.
It's pretty deep.
Yeah.
I go
whoa.
for long walks with my dog every day.
Dog height tall.
And if the weather is good, I like to go out in the forest with my snowshoes and my camera, or go skiing. I also love to take ice baths. It's something I started
know if I
doing
could do
a
that
few
one.
years
That's
ago,
so
combined
cold.
with breathing exercises using the Wim Hof method, and it has become my favorite way of boosting myself with new energy
Oh,
when I
man.
need it the most.
I don't know.
Going into that freezing
Wim Hof
water
can keep
is
his
actually
method
the
for
last
now.
thing that my body wants to do in that moment. But putting myself into that kind of discomfort is awakening something in me that helps me reset my body. Believe it or not, but cold swims and cold showers has many good health benefits. It's not for everyone, of course, and it's important to get knowledge before trying an ice bath if you have never done it before. But for me, it has been a great source of energy and joy during the winter time. So
That'd be quite a
I
swim
really
though
feel a
there,
big
just having
difference in
that
my energy levels in the
snow.
winter
It would.
when I move my body in some way. It doesn't need to be a full workout, but just something.
Well, that would
a
be
little
hot
every
right
day
next to the fire.
Yeah.
that makes you feel alive. When we can't get enough energy from the sun, I think it's even more important to make sure that we get enough energy and nutrition from our food. Nature has so much to give us in the summer.
So she eats a lot of Doritos, I bet.
That's what we eat in Minnesota in the winter.
that we can harvest and save for the winter when we need
Fresh
it the most.
beans.
What are those things?
Like
Save for
grapes
the
or
winter
something?
when
They
we
look
need
like,
it
yeah,
the
they look like
most.
grapes, but they're super transparent.
Yeah, like skinless.
Or they also kind of look like really transparent mini watermelons.
Yeah.
What the heck?
Yeah,
Is that
I've never seen that?
some sort of like Nordic berry?
Maybe. Is that an elderberry or
I
whatever? A
think so.
lingonberry?
One of those.
Potato.
Hey. Or that one could have been something.
Dang, we
Here
don't know
in
our
the north, we have
Swedish
plenty of
berries.
berries in the forest. So I like to
I know
pick tons
blueberries.
of blueberries and lingonberries and put in the freezer so that we
Lingonberries.
can eat berries
had
and
that at
drink
IKEA.
juice from berries every single day during the whole winter.
look good.
I don't know if I'd want to eat like a straight up lingonberry though.
True, yeah. I wonder what they like actually. I haven't had one straight up, but I wonder what they actually taste like because they're pretty tart
Yeah,
from what we've tasted in the drinks.
soda, even though there was no sugar in it, so maybe that made it not taste as good. But at IKEA, it was like, ooh, it's a strong flavor. So we gotta just take a handful of them from the forest, and then it'll end up being poisonous berries because we don't know what they
True,
actually
true.
look like. She's making the juice right there.
I also like to pick different herbs that are good for our health and dry them to make my own tea for the winter.
Living with the nature.
Yeah.
One of my favorite teas to drink when it's cold and dark outside is simply made out of birch leaves. I pick them just as they begin to bloom in the spring, while they are still small and light green. And the tea smells and tastes just like how it smells like in the spring. And in the middle of the winter, I think it feels so comforting to have a piece of the spring to remind you of the wonderful time to come when everything is blooming and the birds are singing again. And of course, I also take vitamin D supplements since we don't get anything from the sun in many months. Even though that would never replace the sun, I believe
She
it
doesn't
can
like
help a
talk
little
about like
bit.
where she goes to the store.
Yeah, like
That'd be interesting.
I'm sure she has to go to the grocery store to stock up on the essential items and stuff. I wonder how far.
Yeah, how far does she have to drive? How far does the shipments, like where do they
Mm-hmm.
come from?
The list of things you can do to handle the darkness is endless. These were just to mention a few, but I think that the most important thing of all is to accept and adapt to the cycles of nature. I definitely feel a big difference in the energy during summer and winter, both in nature and in myself. And that doesn't mean that it's right or wrong, it's just different. I think the winter and the darkness can cause a lot of unnecessary suffering when we are trying to force ourselves to feel the same as we do in the summer. It's okay to feel tired. It's okay to feel lack of inspiration. And it's okay to need more sleep and to let things slow down. A flower would never force itself to bloom in the cold winter. So why would we? This way of thinking changed my way of dealing with the different seasons. I love the winters just as much as I love the summers. They both have their own benefits and challenges. And I think it gets much easier when we let go and accept what we feel instead of fighting it, and accept the cycles in nature and the cycles in ourselves and learn to live with it, like a dance.
Looking, what the heck is that movie called?
Midsummer?
Yeah.
So this is how it is to live with the light and the darkness in the north of Sweden, from my
Just
perspective.
dance.
The extreme contrasts in light also creates a bigger contrast to the seasons, and they all have their own beauty. I love the constantly changing seasons, and that you can see and feel how the light changes a little bit for every single day that goes by. The beautiful balance of light and darkness is my greatest source of
Sorry, our video battery died. We're back at it.
blue and different.
That's a nice sunset there.
Can't imagine living there. So interesting.
You know what? Really cool video and all, but I think her life would be a little bit more improved if they slapped a massive Walmart and a McDonald's right next to her house.
You'd have everything you would ever need at Walmart.
Kidding, obviously. It's so cool to see just like the living with nature and like adapting to the seasons.
It's all like a lot of positivity in this video, but I don't know if I agree with her that winter and summer are equal. I don't love winter very much. It's very cold, and I don't like being trapped inside all the time, and I don't like when the sun goes down at... It's literally in Minnesota, unlike Sweden, when it's all the time. It gets pitch black by 5 o'clock. I don't like that.
And then there's some days where it gets excruciatingly cold too. It's
Summer's better.
Winter's over glorified a little bit sometimes.
Not many Minnesotans glorify winter.
Yeah, it's just people from places that don't experience winter much.
Yeah, or people that really like Christmas.
Yeah.
But she likes it, so that's cool. Maybe in Sweden you guys like winter. Do you like it? Let us know. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.
Goodbye.
Bye.